This video is brought to you by MoviePass. It's been a while, so let me see if I can remember how to do this. This week I'm talking about M. Night Shyamalan's Split, starring James McAvoy. In Split, James McAvoy plays a character that suffers from dissociative identity disorder and has 23 different personalities living within him. One day, one of these identities kidnaps 3 young women for reasons unknown, and we now have a movie split between the 3 girls trying to escape and James McAvoy's character dealing with his personalities with a psychiatrist. Now, I'm not the biggest M. Night Shyamalan fan. I think the only movie of his I can remember seeing is The Sixth Sense. However, the trailer to this film had me really intrigued, so I went into this movie with moderate expectations. I do have some structural problems with it that I'll get into later, but overall I thought it was a pretty good movie. Right off the bat, I will say James McAvoy is brilliant in this film. In my opinion, he carries the entire movie, and had his performance not worked, I really wouldn't have liked the film at all. There were times when the movie stumbled a bit, but McAvoy would pick it up with his performance. Not only does he change the way he talks with each character, but the way he carries himself with each personality really helps you identify who he's playing at that particular moment. Anya Taylor-Joy had a pretty good performance as well. It did take a while for me to get fully invested in her character, but that had to do more with discovering the background of her character as the movie progressed. But on the other hand, the 2 young actresses that played the other girls really didn't do much for me. There were a lot of times where their performances felt very forced or wooden, and it's understandable that there would be more focus on Taylor-Joy's character and less time developing the other 2. Which brings me to the parts of the film that didn't work so well for me. The pacing isn't the best, and there's a handful of flashbacks that get thrown in there that seem slightly out of place. I understand the reasons for having these flashbacks, but it seems that they were just thrown in there as an afterthought, like they were added in after the film was finished to give a certain character more depth. I will say that I liked the overall story, but I was far more interested in what was happening with James McAvoy's character. I wanted to learn more about his story and his other identities. It was interesting that each identity not only changed his personality, but his physicality as well. One personality might be diabetic and only have to take insulin when that identity emerges. I didn't find myself getting really interested in the storyline with the Beast and the 3 girls until the end of the second act, when the tension really started to ramp up. Critically, Split is getting an overall positive reaction with a 76% on Rotten Tomatoes and a 64% on Metacritic. Everyone seems to either love this movie or like it, and a lot of people are saying that this M. Night Shyamalan's return to form. Really what I'm getting from these reviewers is that if you're a fan of some of Shyamalan's previous work, you're going to like the film more than someone like me who is not necessarily his biggest fan. This is very apparent with how the film ended. No spoilers, but the movie ends in a way that pays off for people that are familiar with Shyamalan's early movies. It's not so much a twist, but when this part happened, I can hear people around me saying things like, "Oh my god, that's awesome," or "What? No way," and I was kind of like, alright, that's cool. For me, it didn't change the movie itself like, say, the ending of Arrival did, but for a lot of people, I'm hearing that it makes what happens earlier on in the movie more acceptable when this ending happens.
Well, wait a minute. If that happened, let me rethink everything. Now I really like this one.
Yeah! It completely recontextualized the movie in a really fun and really unexpected way. And I have to give M. Night credit, you know.
With an 83% audience score on Rotten Tomatoes, people seem to be liking this film more than the critics. I would fall more in line with the score the critics gave. It's not a terrible movie, but at the same time, it's not a masterpiece. I think this is best described by Brian Bishop from The Verge. The results aren't flawless, but Split is nevertheless a tense, exciting thriller anchored by a stunning performance by James McAvoy. At the box office this weekend, Split opened in first place, making $40.2 million. This may or may not be a surprise since its only real competition was XXX Return of Xander Cage, which came in second, taking in $20 million. I would have thought more people would have gone to see the guilty pleasure action flick than gambling on another M. Night Shyamalan film. My guess is a lot of people went to go see this movie because of the buzz it got from AFI. I went to go see this film because of the trailer, and mainly because I wanted to see if James McAvoy was going to pull off this role, which of course he did brilliantly. I really can't complain about Split's opening numbers because I liked seeing original films get more recognition in the box office. I think I'm just a little let down because I didn't love the film. But in the end, this is a pretty good movie. If you go to see it for anything, go see it for the phenomenal performance James McAvoy gives. I can't say it enough, he carries this film, and he's easily my favorite part about it. It's not so much a horror film like the trailer sort of marks it to be, but it is a good slow burn psychological thriller. but I'm interested in what you think. If you got a chance to see Split, let me know what you thought of it in the comments below. Please do be mindful not to spoil the ending for those who haven't seen it yet. Again, this video is brought to you by MoviePass. Accepted at over 93% of theaters nationwide, MoviePass is a premier theatrical subscription service that allows members to see a movie every 24 hours for a flat monthly fee. So sign up for your monthly subscription today by following the link in the description. Don't forget to like and share this video. Consider following me on social media. If you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe for more movie discussion as well as the various other videos I do on this channel. Thank you so much as always for watching, and if you like this, you can click right here and see more videos. Bye, Andrew.